Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of B-17 Flying Fortress Leader from DVG. We're using the expansion pack number 1 and flying the Eastern Front campaign, which includes the city bombing. And this is April and it is week 2, so this is next to the last week. Okay, so first things first, we spent SOs and we had to buy a new bomb group, which we assigned to the B wing. It is a B-17, the 351st, and I upgraded them by spending 4 points to green. And I signed them to the Shipdom airfield, which I already had, but I didn't have a bomb group in it, which gives him a bomber range of +2. So that helps him be able to go on these long range missions. All right. So we did that, so we purchased, we didn't buy him a commander or anything. So we need to do our recon mission. So now, this time we're gonna recon these two airfields again. And we'll start with, we'll do target number 3. And on my recon, because these are already at medium, I get a +2 to my die roll. So we roll, and we get a 9. So this one becomes high intel now. Makes me +2 to my air to ground, -2 to the flak. And the same thing for the other airfield, and we get a 10. All right, so both of these now have high intel on them. Gives me a better chance to do some damage there. All right, and of course we have to send one group's gonna have to go, which is gonna be my B wing. They're gonna have to go to either Dresden or Berlin again. All right, so we have to determine our weather. So here we go with our weather rolls. Start over at England. It's a 1, but it's +2, which makes it a 3, and a 3 is normal. So England gets the +2. Yep, and so now we go to zone 1, and the weather there is clear. And we go to zone 2, and the weather there is clear. And we go to zone 3, and the weather there is normal, partly cloudy. Okay, so luckily our targets are in zone 3, so maybe it won't cost me on the, I don't have to add anything for the reaction there, the response. Okay, we got to, now we have to select our targets. So we know target number 2, we're going to go back to hex 12 and see if we can eliminate that airfield again. And now we got to roll to see if we're going, where we're going over here for the Eastern Front. And we roll a 4, and the 4 is back to Berlin. Ugh. So it's just so heavy with fighters. I guess it's really not much difference. At the end of the last turn, I didn't show you, but we were at 5 here, so I got to remove an airfield. I took one out of zone 14 because I typically come in that way when I'm attacking the Berlin. So I removed one airfield from over there because we finally scored enough points, and so we'll see where that's. How that works for us. So that's going to be target number 1. So we know we're going there. Oh, I got to roll for what is my target there, and it is a 10 heavy damage to any target. Okay, so all I got to do is hit one of the targets again. Left there is a oil storage area. There's an airfield. There's a rail yard, and there's an administration building. So there's plenty of targets still there. Okay, so the bomber group, the P-38s are going to be their escort. So we'll put them on the board, we know that. And then the B-wing, we've got to assign our groups anyway. I think for the airfield, we'll leave the C-wing to handle the airfield, so I'll be sending Screwball, let's see, the 351st, the 93rd's not ready to go yet. They need to rest. We can send the 44th and the 302nd. None of them are better than any other, but I don't know why I picked up their things here. We need the 392nd and the 44th. And then I need to grab my counter for the 351st. Okay, and the 351st means they're the new guys. They'll be tail end Charlie there. All right, the P-38s are going on high escort, and they're using Commander Anderson is going with them. Gives them out of the sun tactic. Okay. So we've assigned our groups. Now we need to arm our bombers. I'm going to give each one of them an incendiary because almost every target is either in an incendiary zone or they are an incendiary type target. So that's 2. Let's see. And then, man, I don't want to spend a whole bunch of these points. If I go after the airfield, the rail yard, those are dispersed targets. So I hope I don't have to do those 2. I think I'd like to go after either the administration building, the arsenal, or oil storage. But I think because of the cost, I'm going to have to carry M30s anyway. So we'll take them just to see where we're going to be at. So he gets 2 of those. These guys get 3 each for the B-24s. So we have carrying the M30s. Not going to spend any. The M34s are nice though. That would cost me 3, 6, 8 points. It would only leave me with 5. I don't know, maybe I should do it. Run them as M34s. At least the 2 B-24s are going to take them that way. So I'll do it that way. So that's 6 points for bombs. So I'm going to charge theirs right here on the 392nd. Oops, I gotta go up one. He's gonna have 3 points, and the 44th is gonna have 3 points. Okay, leaves me with 7 SOPs. All right, so that's the bomb load we're taking. Nope, we've done our tactics for the fighters. Roll for Luftwaffe response. Okay, they're going to Berlin. So he gets a +2 on the response. That's what's bad here. And he rolls a 3, which is a 5, and a 5 is average. Thank goodness. That's range 0, max 4. So that's not as deadly this time. Okay. Whew. Telling you, I would have liked to have the pour, but that max 4, that's survivable. And when I went in there with everything that was available, that was brutal last turn. All right, good. I got a chance here. Draw our target bound event card. Here we go. Surprise weather change. See, this is where I keep some. Pay 2 SO or else remove 1 random group. Well, I can't afford that, so we'll pay 2 SO for the weather. I'll mark that down for my weather. Took 2 off. Now I have 5 left. Okay, so we're good to go now. All right, here we go. He's going to move 1, 2, and now he comes in here. This is 3. Of course, the target's here in Berlin. All right. So they're going to have 2 fighter groups and my escort's up here. He gets 1 and 2. And so he gets a Focke-Wulf 190. It's coming in there. And he's got a BF 109 with rockets, which you can't fire at the fighters. I actually prefer to have the Focke-Wulfs first, followed by the 109s. Okay. They can only get 2 attacks on us. My P-38s are slow, unfortunately, but they are out of the sun. Okay, so here comes the Focke-Wulfs. They're attacking first. He rolls a 2. Yes, they missed. And the 109s are attacking. And they roll a 9. Yuck. 2 hits. Okay, so we go up to 3 hits there. Now my Lightnings are attacking. They are a +4 and +3 for the out of the sun. That's +7 against those Focke-Wulfs. +7 and a 3. That's 10. So they killed the Focke-Wulfs. All right, so they get a kill. So the P-38s of the 20th get a kill. All right. That's good. Now the 109s are attacking me on the second pass. And it's a 7, which is 1 hit. So he's up to 4. All right. And the P-38s are firing back. And it is a 5 + 4 is a 9. Man, they didn't get them. Okay, but that was 2 passes. The 109s break off. Now we draw to see how many of my fighters were damaged and have to peel off here. Hopefully not many. It is a escort -5. That puts me at 9. They're shaking, but they can still go. So they're going to help tie up some of these fighters that are going to come up in this over the target. Okay, so we're over the target. They can have 4 out of the 6 that are there. So they get 4. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So they have in order. It's a Focke-Wulf 190. It's a 109. It's a flak. And it's a newbie. All right. Again, I like that order, so I don't need to roll for it. I want the bandits coming this way. Now I roll for the flak to see which one he's firing at. It's a 7, and a 7 is the second group. And then the newbie pilots, they're coming after a 9. That's my brand new bomber group. Okay. And 2, 2, so they can get 2 attacks here. All right. So, here we go. Focke-Wulf's attacking. He gets a 5. 1 hit. Moves that up to 5. Which puts me at 8. Or it puts me at 10. I'm at my limit. And the 109's attacking. Oh. My P-38s had a durability. So that 5 was a 4. He would have missed. So we're okay there still. 109 got a 9, -1 is an 8. That's 2 hits. That puts him up to the limit though. So he's at, that actually broke him. He's at 11. I forgot that on the first pass, but I'm not gonna do anything. So my P-38s can't fire back because they're past that point. Okay, the flak is firing at the second group. And here they go. They get a 8. And an 8 is 2 hits. That's on the 392nd. They didn't have any hits, so that's 2 on them. And that flak is now removed. And now we have the novice Focke-Wulf attacking the B-17s, which have a durability of 1. And he gets a 2, so he missed because he was a -1. So yeah, he missed. Okay, the B-17 will be firing back. And he is a +3. And they're -1, that's +4. So we're +4. He gets a 7, that's an 11. So he knocked down the novice. That'll teach them. My new crew gets their first kill. Right. It is right here. That's their first kill. Okay. All right. Now we got these fighters still attacking my fighters. So here they come. Durability, so it's -1. Here comes the Focke-Wulf. It's a 1, no damage. That's his second attack. He's gone. And now the 109s with a -1. Oh, another 1. So they missed the second time around. Wow. Okay. My P-38 stayed with them. Okay, now we got to do flak over the target. Let's bring in the Berlin map. Right here. And I want to get my other sequence of play, make sure I don't miss one. Yep, we do flak first. They get 3 rolls. 3 rolls against each bomber group. And it takes a 4, 6, or 9 for the hits. Okay, here we go. This is against the first bomb group. You got a 4, a 1, and a 4. That's 2 hits. That's the first 2 hits on those guys. Little 44th. And now for the next group, he gets 8, 8, and 9. That was bad. So that's 2, 4. That's 7 hits. Wow. They just crammed me, man. That's 9 total. So we're shaking. Wow, in just 1 roll, that's how bad it can go. Now against the B-17, they have durability of 1, so it's -1. 5, 9, 9, which makes it 4, 8, 8. So 4 is 1, 8, 8 is 2. 2, 4, 5 hits. Whew. Okay. This game is brutal sometimes. All right, I get to go for my target now. Oh, I got to roll for weather. Let's see what the weather is here. The weather is 8. And an 8 is partly cloudy, -1 air to ground, or use my radar. Okay. -1 air to ground, or use my radar. Sorry, I was getting the counter out so I remember this. Oh, no, it's the same on each side, so it didn't matter. Okay. So it's normal, just like it is everywhere else, -1, air to ground, use my radar. And I'm thinking, I didn't buy the radar. I have to buy the radar. It's part of the mandatory for the mission. So the 44th is the lead group. So for their equipment, wow. See, this was really dangerous. They had to buy, they spent 3 points for that. That leaves me with 2 SOs. Yeah, that's a mandatory. You have to do that. Okay, so he has the radar. So I think at a -1 and my air to ground's -1, he's a -2 on that lead unit. I think I want to use my radar. Okay, so we're going to roll 2d10. We're going to roll 2d10 and see where my target marker is going to go. 16, 9 and 7 is 16. Hey, that's not bad. It's right over the airfield. I get +2 on my air to ground there. It is a dispersed target, which makes it a little harder. Okay, if the group's air to ground modifier is +1, then you can move the target counter 1 hex. If the group's air to ground modifier, including commander, is +2 or greater, then you can move the counter. Do not apply H2X -2 air to ground modifier when performing city bombing, so that doesn't matter. So it's only, I get the, my commander though, for that lead group is not going to move that target. So the target that I'm going after is right here, and it is the airfield. Hey, if I destroy this, I get to remove a bandit from the city hex. Okay. So that'd be good. Okay, I need 13 hits. Luckily, I did bring a couple of dispersed bombs, but not many. I wish that the B-24s would have kept them now, and they brought incendiary bombs. The incendiary bombs aren't going to do any damage for the airfield. So I only get to bomb with the bombs that I have. All right, so we have our M43s that take a 5 or 7 to hit on the 44th, and he's got 3 of them. He gets 3 dice, and he's a -1 on his commander, which makes him -1. -1 for the weather, it's -2, and the airfield's +2, so it's a straight up roll. And he gets a 9, a 6, and a 1. So on those bombs, a 9 is 2 hits, and the 6 is 1 hit, so that's 3 hits right there. Okay. Now we have the next B-24 dropping his 3. He's a -1. So it's going to be the same thing. It's an even up roll. Here he comes. And he gets a 4, a 2, and a 1. He missed everything. Wow. More crappy bomb rolls. I'm telling you. Just can't seem to get them. My B-17's dropping his 2. He's a -1, which makes him even, but he's a +2 for the 2 dispersal bombs. So he drops 2 of them, and he gets a 7 and a 2, which makes it a 4 and a 10, or a 9. That's only 1 hit. So that's a total of 4 hits, which isn't anywhere near what it takes. Doesn't even, it's at light damage. So we don't get our points there. We don't destroy the target. And another failed mission going into Berlin, unfortunately. Using the radar, not knowing which target I was going to hit. So, okay, so we got to get out of there now. My P-38s have broke off and gone home, so they won't be escorting the bombers back. Set them off to the side. So we're coming home. We got to go through these 2 fighter groups again. Oh, before we do, we got to do our homeward bound. Commander kill check. After the mission, for each group with a commander that took damage, roll a die. Okay, so we got to keep that one out. All right, here we go. 2 squadrons. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. It's a Focke-Wulf and an artillery and an anti-aircraft fire. Okay, so the Focke-Wulf is going to be at number 3. 3 is the lead group, and the anti-aircraft fire is a 3, also on the lead group. All right, so the Focke-Wulf fires first, and he gets a 9. 3 hits, man. So that moves him up to 5 hits. Let's see, 5. There it is. He's got 5 hits. Now the anti-aircraft fire rings out with a 7. 2 more hits. So he goes from 5 to 7 hits, and that makes him shaken now. All right, but they get to fire back. He is a +1 air to air, and he's a -1, so I need a 10. 4, nothing. Okay, the artillery anti-aircraft's done. Here comes the Focke-Wulf for another pass. He gets a 7. 2 more hits, makes him a 9. Well, they're still just shaking. They're going to fire back with a 0 again, and well, it won't, they can't, they got a 9, -1s and 8s. Okay, and the Focke-Wulf breaks off, and the boys go home. Okay, so we get home, and now we're going to tally up our experience and our mission points, and then I'll come back and show you where we ended up at. Okay, so we're going to run our second mission, which is Airfield 17, which is Hex 12. All right, and let's see, we're assigned her, and this is a high intel target, and we signed our group. It's the C Wing, so I have them here. It's the 100th B-17, 321st B-25, and 322nd the B-26s. Okay, so they're set up. Let's see, we got to arm them. The B-25 and B-26 can carry 2 bombs, loads, 4 tons. And my B-17s gets a +2 because of his airfield, so he gets 4 of them. All right. All right, so we're going to roll for the Luftwaffe response. It's a 7, and a 7 is average. All right, so an average is up to 4, but it's 0 range. Okay. We draw our target bound event card. Luftwaffe redeployment. Pay 3 SOs to select any 3 German squadrons and re-roll their map hexes. I don't have the 3 SOs to do that, so I can't do that. All right, so they're gone. That's gone. Okay, so we're going to do our mission. And so this is pretty quick. It goes 1, and that's our target right there. He gets to draw 1 squadron. I have no fighter escort, and it is a shucks ME-262. All right, let's see who he's coming after. 9. He's coming after the B-26s. That's bad because they're my weakest group. Okay, so he's attacking. And he gets a 9. 3 hits, so it puts him up to 5. At 5, he's shaken. He fires back. He is shaken. They can't fire back. Okay. And the jet gets a second attack, and it is a 5. Just 2 more hits. Puts him at 7. He's still shaken, so they can still make their bomb run anyway. All right. If they don't get hit by flak next. All right, so now we do flak. So they get 2 rolls for flak, and their flak roll is -2, and the first group's a B-17, so it's -3. He gets a 6 and a 4, so that makes that 3 and a 1, which is a miss. Okay, now we go for the B-25s. He gets a 6 and a 6, which is 3 and 3, it's -2, so we still missed. And now for the B-26, he gets a 9 and a 2, -2 is a 7. He gets 1 hit, so he goes up to 8, which he's still shaking, but that's the limit right there. So he barely gets there with his group. Okay, so now we're dropping bombs. So we got 4. The B-17's -1. We get +2 for our bombs, so we're +1. We get +2 for the intel right here. So now I'm +3 and +1 for the target, so I'm +4. I need 8 or higher. +4. We got 7, 5, and a 4. The 4 makes an 8 and a 1, which is out. And the 5 is a 9, so that's 2 hits, and the 7's 2, that's 4 hits. Okay. Whoops. So he dropped his bombs. Now we have a B-25, he's at -1, +2, +2's +4, so he's +3. -1, yep. 8 and a 3, the 3 makes 6, but the 8's 11, that's 2 more hits, so he's at 6. I don't think I'm going to be able to destroy the target. Dang it, again, I'm not going to get it. All right, this group, they're -3. +2 makes them -1. Yeah, I miscalculated that one. It was supposed to be +4, but it didn't change it any because he didn't get over 10. It would have put him at, it's left him the same. Okay, we have this guy is -3, +2, so he's -1, +2, he's +1, +1, +2. And he gets a 9, which is 10, and a 3, which is the miss. So he gets 2 more hits. So that's up to 8 hits now. So 8 hits. We didn't destroy the target. We do make it medium damage. So it'll end up with a medium damage marker on it. All right, so no victory points again. And then we draw our event homebound card. German fuel shortage. All bandits attack for 1 less turn. Doesn't help me any. Okay. And we go home. So another failed mission. Bad bombing and bad luck with those jets hitting my B-26 as hard as they did. I just have not had good luck here on this missions here lately. I didn't destroy that target, so I didn't get rid of an airfield. That's what I was really hoping to do. We're going into the final week. So we're set here now for week 3. We're set up for week 3, and I'll go through and give everybody their points and their experience, and then we will call this one a wrap for today. Okay, so honestly, I'm looking at where I'm at because I didn't destroy that airfield. I honestly don't believe I can even get out of this. I'm going to have a dismal performance. The best I could get is a poor, and if I don't hit one of the city targets and kill the target, I don't get the victory point on that track. So I think my bombers, the A wing is so decimated I can't do anything with it. The B wing just got hit when it went over there, and you know, I just don't think I got enough firepower. So I'm going to withdraw from this campaign and call this my final mission. And it was a dismal result. That blasting that I took when they rolled an all-out up here, and it wiped out two of my B-24 groups, and one of them was the best one that I had. They got completely eliminated, and the other two are so shot up I can't even get their replacements in there to get them down where they could even be worth trying to send them anywhere. And then my other groups are just getting fatigued so bad that I really don't see any reason to send anybody else out there. So I'm going to call this game, it's a loss. I don't do this very often, but I don't see any point going forward here. It was just bad rolls and bad bombing. I couldn't hit my targets enough to get my victory points. Those airfields should have been giving me some cheap victory points. And when you don't hit them and don't destroy them, this is what happens. So it's been fun. That city bombing really adds a level of complexity to the game, and it really made it fun, but it also made it very tough. The incendiary fires, if you get one of those started and the wind's blowing, I mean, you can pick up some destruction there and some victory points, but other than that, you know, I really didn't get much done there. A couple times I went into Berlin and missed the target or didn't destroy it, and that hurt too. You got to get, the bombing's got to be good enough to get that, and it just wasn't there. The bomb group's accuracy, the air to ground numbers just weren't that good. So you know what, it was fun, but these airfields here in the middle, this is super tough. And I probably should have bought a third fighter squadron to help keep my guys resting, to keep them replenished and going in there. Those P-38s were pretty handy against they did the best. They did better than the P-51s going in fighting the fighters. But hey, if you have a chance, if you have this game and you have that expansion pack, try it though. It is a lot of fun. And if you don't, well, maybe get the expansion pack. So, hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this series. It was a lot of fun. I hadn't played B-17 in a while. I really do like this game. You can see, though, you start to get promotions on these missions that go longer. So if you play one of those real short missions, you don't see your pilots gain experience. But if you can play a longer one and you get a chance to, it's worth it to watch your fighter groups and your bomber groups start to gain experience. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you guys for the next playthrough. Have a good one.